Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final, and I know I said that last time, but the actual final stream of this season. Wasn't necessarily going to do one tonight, but I don't see how I can. For those watching live, I'm going to treat this like a video at the start. It's probably for about 5 minutes max, and then we'll just chat as normal like any other stream. But I want to do the first part because people will be, I think most people know already, but people will be asking my rank, thoughts on the season, etc. I want to say some thanks as well. So just going to do that without looking at the chat because that'll put me off. And then we'll sort the chat out later. Word of one, I've already had 4 beers. Number 5 is here. Good stuff as well. No cheap crap. So there'll be a lot of and ahhing. But yeah, let's get this over quick. So, what an end to the season. Quite often, Gameweek 38 is annoying because suddenly loads of players that you don't expect to score do well. Someone gets a hat-trick who you don't have in your team, no one has in their team. And this week, it was like the complete opposite. And I tweeted a few weeks ago about how we tend to, when people say their learnings for a season, it tends to be basically they've learned how to win that season but not the next season. I think that's the case this week. We all expected the home teams to win, a randomer to score really well, and actually it was all the normal players that did really well. Those away from home with something to play for. Spurs and City absolutely smashed it. And Harry Kane, to be fair, part of the reason I wanted to stream was to put Harry Kane on the thumbnail because let's be honest, the guy deserves it. I mean, really, he got Golden Boot today, but his biggest achievement this season is getting onto one of my thumbnails. So, congratulations, Harry Kane. Anyway, let's get into it. My points for this week: 100. And I know, like people on YouTube, they're supposed to be like super excited, and I don't really have the voice for that. It's kind of dull, but I'm ecstatic about that. Not only did I get 100 for the first time this season in a single game week, obviously got 192 last week, but I got into the top 5k. Now, I've never ever been in the top 5k at any point. It's not that I haven't finished in the top 5k, it's that I've never been there at any point in any season. So to get there in the final game week with a score of 100 is, I'll probably never top that, to be honest. Even if I beat that rank, it'll probably be over a good few weeks. I genuinely, yesterday, if you follow me on Twitter, you may have seen me tweeting. I was kind of out on the beach, like spending time with my little boy. I would have done that anyway, but I genuinely wasn't thinking of FPL. And I'd already decided yesterday that unless there was any news, I was going to keep Hazard. I just thought Coutinho feels not like a trap, but just too good to be true. I did think he was going to go mad today. And in the end, he beat Hazard by 1 point, so I would have finished on 101. But obviously, the King injury news today meant I had to transfer out. I had no money in the bank. I just got Zaha, and in the end, it made no difference whatsoever. I captained Kane, thanks to Luke, aka Disable, who was on the last stream. He kind of talked me into it. Plus, I saw how many goal attempts Kane had recently. He's basically just shooting for fun, so kind of did well. And the man of the moment for me, Ben Davies. In fact, Spurs, to be honest, have been really good for me this year. Son and now Davies, getting that goal late on. And in the end, the bonus got to me to 100. So I finished in the top 5k, 4935. That's my highest ever. I've won most of the mini leagues I'm in. I didn't quite get a top 5 spot in the Fantasy Football Scout Mods and Cons League. Tim beat me by 2 points. Basically got the same amount this week, but he took a 4-point hit. So I caught up with him by 4 points, but wasn't quite good enough. But I was saying last week that all the mini leagues I could win were already wrapped up. And then this one here, so McSwiggins is a restaurant in Galway. And I messaged them last week asking what the prizes were and what places they were paying out, knowing full well it would just be for top spot. Because I was finishing second, I wanted to see if I could get something. And I actually beat this guy in the final week. I outscored him by 32. Before this week, I was 33 behind, I think. He took a 4-point hit, I took nothing. Beat him by 32, so in the end I ended up beating him by 3 points, so happy days about that. They haven't got back to me, but I'm hoping there's a free meal on the cards, maybe a few beers for that. But we'll see. And yeah, just before we get into speaking to the chat, 'cause I want to make this into a normal live stream, I just got to say thanks to anyone that's tuned in this year. This kind of started off as I was bored one Saturday night. I can't remember if my missus was already, like, if she went to bed early or she was just away. And I've always kind of liked people that stream, but usually it's video games. And I thought, sod it, I'll just put a stream up. You know, 5 or 10 people come and chat to me on a Saturday night when I'm in anyway, looking after my little boy, then so be it. I think we had about 50 people the first night. And these days, we tend to get, at peak, most streams about 150 to 200 people now. Obviously, that's going to quieten down now because the season's ended. But the stream's grown, so thanks to everyone that's either tuned in, liked, subscribed, commented, chatted. The reason I like doing this is because you basically just have a discussion with the chat. I don't want to sit here and just give advice because anyone can do that. Everyone does that. I just want to kind of promote discussion. So yeah, thanks for everyone who's tuned in. And there's some people I know that have tuned into every single stream. I'm not going to name them here because I'll miss people out and it's not fair. But I appreciate all of you that have checked into any stream and especially those that are tuned into everyone. And lastly, thanks to Fozzie, Matt, and TM, who are the moderators for this chat. And it's probably not too much to do, to be honest, because we don't have thousands of people watching, but they've been moderating the chat from day one, so I appreciate that. I think that's it. I'm going to check the chat out now. We're going to stop the video part and see what people want to chat about. We might do like top 3 players for each position. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, honestly, thanks to anyone that's tuned in. I know it's a bit of a lot. I didn't expect it to grow. I think it's grown quite a bit. I actually wanted about. My aim was to hit. When I realised that people were tuning in every week, it wasn't huge, I know, but when people were tuning in every week, my aim was to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2017. So that included the start of next season. And we're already at nearly 1,200. I think we're on 1,193 now. So way past that. And at the start of next season, going to hit it big. First stream will probably be when the game launches. One more thing that I wanted to do before I check the chat out. I know people keep asking what my plans are. My plans are basically to have a break. As much as I love doing this, I feel like now the season's end, it's almost like a relief that I don't need to worry about streaming for like a few weeks. I'm going to just take the summer off. My plan is I'm not going to do transfer videos and stuff. The first stream will probably be when the game launches. Now, for anyone that watches the Scoutcast or in fact it's Football Scout, Mark did say he wants to do more videos this year, so I might be involved with that. Like, if the Scoutcast do a video the day it comes up, I might be involved in that. If not, my plan will be to do like a reaction stream when the game launches. So I'll obviously find out the game's launched on Twitter. I will shut down Twitter, not use it, and I'll basically turn the stream on in the evening, and then I'll open the game up for the first time. So check out prices. Well, I already know the fixtures, but basically prices and stuff, new rules, new chips, etc. And then we'll go on for that. But yes, now job's done. I can have a breather. Let's chat. Who's in the chat? See, all the regulars are here. Fozzie, Felix, Anish. How's it going? Big Ricey, what a legend. Thomas, Gabbiadini's biggest fanboy. I knew this would happen if I didn't write notes. There's actually another thing I need to go through. The league. Let's talk FPL League. Obviously, the streams didn't start till January. And we didn't start the league till Gameweek 23, which is a few weeks in. So I think Jame has won it now by 2 points. Jame Davern. I don't know if he's in the house tonight. Yeah, he is. How did you... He said here before I said I don't know if Jamie's here. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, congratulations. 1177, finished on 96. Decent score. 877 overall. That's pretty impressive. Top 1k finish. Let's have a look at your history, because that's almost always interesting. Oh, wow. So you either do awesome or really badly. I'm sure you got excuses for these two. So you finished top 2k this year, top 10 last year, and top 2k a couple of years ago. That's really good scoring. So congratulations on that. Yeah, you win the league. Unfortunately, there's nothing but pride. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me add you to the comments because that will save next time I do a stream. I'll put you as Let's Talk FPL League Winner 2016/17 Jame Davern. There you go. So, sorry there's no prizes, but you get pride of place in the comments section. So, plus you got a good finish and you probably won some decent prizes. Oh, in fact, if 877 has not been added onto it, that's four 10k finishes in 6 seasons. That's really good. A very good player you must be. I finished 8th in the end. Pretty happy with that, to be honest, because I think I was like 40th or 50th a few weeks ago. Well done to Felix. I know Felix is in virtually every stream, and he was first for quite a while. Obviously, in the end, lost it a little bit, but only lost it by 8 points. It was very close. So, fair play to everyone that entered. We'll do it from the off next year, obviously from Gameweek 1. We might do during the season. We might do a couple of different leagues, like maybe end of season league or something like that. But we'll play it by ear. To be honest, I'll maybe think of some plans over Christmas. And if anyone does have ideas for like videos or ideas for the stream, let me know what you thought of the last stream. Obviously, I had Luke on. I thought at the start it wasn't. I didn't think it was off, but I didn't really know how to do it. I was like, I don't want to treat this like another podcast, but I felt like I had to speak more. But by the end, I was also looking at the chat a lot more. So I thought by the end it was good. It was a good mix of me talking to Luke, Luke talking to me, and us answering your questions. So let me know if you like it just one-on-one, or if you prefer to have people. I've actually already had someone else message me saying they want to come on from Fantasy Football Scout, so we can definitely look at that next year. Luke's always got a good, not sometimes good, sometimes bad, but a different opinion, which is always good. So it's nice to have people with different thoughts on. I enjoyed it anyway. So I'm not saying every week there'll be someone on, but yeah, we can definitely sort something out. It worked overall, has killed some dead air. Yeah, exactly. Are they a mod? Yeah, they're a mod, yeah. It's not John T or Mark. Or TM. Okay, and I can read the chat. I feel like I've just like talked at a million miles an hour. Oh, by the way, this guy tweeted me just a minute ago. I've been given advice on marriage. I'll just show you now. He tweeted me to say, "How's this for rough?" So if anyone watches Fantasy Football Scout, the Scoutcast, they'll see how like rough with the smooth. He lost 3k in a mini league that was going towards an engagement ring. So my advice was, just get a cheaper ring, right? Surely that's all you need to do. So it wasn't even about the money. He wants to marry his girl. Surely he can still marry her. You need 3k on a ring. Jesus Christ, man! Spend that on a wedding. Yeah, obviously tonight there's no next week to talk about. We're basically chatting about next year, this year, favourite moments, whatever. I'm just going to go by what you ask in the chat. So, first question from Fozzie. Thoughts on the JT walk-off after 26 minutes? If it was a Man United player, I probably wouldn't be that annoyed. So can I be annoyed about it? I don't know. It seems a bit ridiculous for a few reasons. Apparently it was his idea. Right, fair enough, he's number 26 or whatever. Well, he was number 26 for a while, wasn't he? Or was he number 6? I don't know. But apparently it was his idea. The fact that Sunderland agreed to it is ridiculous. Right, he should have just gone off and swapped with Cahill, which we said was going to happen, or could happen. It was going to be one way or the other. Either Cahill would start and Terry would come on, or Terry would start and Cahill would come on. But, like, just do the walk-off. Get the standing... Yeah, he is number 26. I thought he was. Get the standing ovation. And just... Fair enough, right? Take your time to walk off. Walk off slowly. Clap the fans. No one is expecting him not to do that. But to get like a guard of honour, it's just ridiculous. I think. Like David Moyes, what are you doing? Like you're going to be manager next year. Your club is shit. You don't agree to that. I don't think. That's a bit harsh on Sunderland, but like I saw a tweet basically earlier said like how small time do you have to be to agree to that? And I kind of agree with it, to be honest. Matt in the chat, I'd have to moderate myself if I said my true thoughts on JT. To be fair, that is the harsh life of a moderator. It happens on Fantasy Football Scout all the time. Sometimes I have to laugh at something, but I still have to remove it. Harry Kane finishes the season very strongly, but starts seasons very slowly. Is it best to wait for him to drop into price, as every bugger will own him at the start? Yeah, that's a good point. He does tend to start off slow, unless Harry Kane has scored. Now, fair play, he scored 7 in the last 2 games, but still, he scored 29 goals this year and he's missed 8 games. That is very, very impressive. I think you have to. I think for me, I'll probably, unless he's a ridiculous price and they've got awful fixtures, I think he has to be in the Gameweek 1 team. I'd rather have him in and he fails than not have him in and he does really well. And I think structure plays quite a big part at the start of the season. So he will. I tell you, Aguero's just had one of his best seasons for Man City, but Kane could arguably be the highest priced striker next year, and probably will be. If it's not more than Aguero, it'll be the same as. And so I think you kind of have to have him in, and then change if need be. He's got penalties. Spurs are going to just improve next year. We'll have to see what happens with Wembley, though. I don't think it's going to. Obviously it's not Wembley that makes them do bad in the semi-finals. Or whatever. It's just maybe a mental thing, but we'll have to see how they do at Wembley as well. Plus, Kane played Euros last year, didn't he? So maybe that helped. But yeah, Kane's ridiculous. This might sound strange, but with the 9 AM deadline and the raucous that ensued, I swung by your Twitter to see what you had done with Hazard, Ali and Coutinho. A nice sense of calm came over me after seeing those beach pictures. Yeah, I know people, like, a couple of people said to me, you're obviously thinking about FPL, as you want to tweet this, but yesterday, honestly, I saw people tweeting about Hazard and Coutinho. I just thought, my season's over pretty much. I'm happy with how it's gone. A choice between. There's no point in giving myself a headache for the next 24 hours over Hazard and Coutinho. It's going to make so little difference. Even if Hazard had blanked and Coutinho had got a hat trick, I wouldn't have finished top 5k probably, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world. So yesterday I just had a good time, like I said, with my little boy, and just didn't think of FPL. And I did this morning. Obviously, it was the deadline of the final game week, and then the King news came in. I was in a fish and chip shop, not like a normal chipper, like it was a restaurant, a really nice one. And the King news came in. I just couldn't be bothered to think about it. I started looking at hits, and I just thought, no, I'm gonna swap him for someone I can afford. And I asked my little boy, Bruyne, Stanislas or Zaha. He said Zaha, and that's how I got in. Easy as that. So I've been pretty calm this week. Had I been chasing, had there been lots of money on the line this week, it would have been a whole different story. But you know, everyone's got their own, their own goal at the end of the season. And so for me, it was already done. So Ben Scott literally made your Kane captain at 2 PM. Damn. Yeah, I was gonna do some polls for like favourite midfielder and stuff, but there's only 5 slots for answers, and to be fair, there's probably too many options because I don't want to do best because that's obviously down by price or points per minute, etc. I wanted to do favourite, but obviously people will have different favourites depending on their team. Like if we're talking midfielders, for me, Josh King has to be in there for his heroics. Son as well did me proud over a good few game weeks. And Sanchez, even Sané actually, he's kind of gone a little bit under the radar. But he did alright in the last 3 game weeks. Scored 12 in the doubles, 6 this week. The good thing about him is he's probably going to be first choice this year, and his price probably isn't going to go up that much because he didn't score hugely. So that's one of the things you've got to look at, because obviously Ali, for example, next year will be a super popular pick, but he's going to be 9.5, I'd say, maybe even 10. With 17 goals this year, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, thanks to Josh King for his message today, telling us he wasn't playing. He actually, by doing that, he actually ended. Actually, this is where the fine margins come in FPL. If he hadn't have tweeted, I would have made no transfer this week. I genuinely would have kept Hazard and not got Coutinho, which is ridiculous. Making no transfers in game week 38, but that's what I was going to do. But I got Zaha in. Now, if I hadn't and King had been injured and not told us, I would have got Stevens off the bench and only got 99. So yes, thank you, Josh King. Appreciate that. Kane 13 million. I don't know if it'd be that high. How many seasons has Aguero been in the game? Yeah, see, Aguero's been here a long time. Fucking hell, Aguero scored 24 this year. It really feels like he didn't score that many. I guess just because he was so expensive we didn't get him in. I don't know if Kane will go straight to 13 million this year. I really don't think he will. I think he'll be 12. He started at 11 this year, so 12 seems fair. If he does it again, it'll have to be 13. Matthew Higgins, you won your mid-league by 3. I aired your question on the last cast, which helped me over the line. Made my summer. No worries. Good job. Good job. My broadband went down and you tethered on 4G and went king to Fabregas in the last minute. Nicely done. Oh, did I read? Oh yeah, that was Aguero's score for last year, wasn't it? Yeah, my bad. King to Zaha failed to deliver. It did, but I wasn't completely sure about whether the kids thing would matter, to be honest. Last day of the season, you know, and I think I said on the last stream that Pogba was playing and stuff, so it wasn't going to be a walkover. But like I said, I gave the choice to my 8-year-old son, so I don't think all Brighton or Stanislas did in this anyway. So for me, it didn't matter. Is 3-5-2 the way next season? So for me, I'm going into next season trying to have no expectations, basically, and trying to forget what happened this year. Did Stanislas score? Oh, bollocks. Didn't even check. Did he score? Oh, that's annoying. Oh, he did. Okay. Joe's really not... People told me to get Zaha, and I said... Hang on. I think it was to FPL General. Let's have a look. Yeah, he told me to get Zaha, so I said that was my thinking. Stanislas, though. I was really tempted by Stanislas. Ah, well. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. I'm not going to dwell on that. But yeah, what I was saying was I'm going to try and go into next year without any kind of thoughts about what happened this season, because yes, 3-5-2 was great this season. Yes, I got onto it too late. Well, I suppose in the end I did alright, but I could have got onto it earlier. But that doesn't mean that 3-5-2 will be the best next year. We'll have to see if any strikers get priced. But the problem this year, which plenty of people have said, is between 7 and 9 million, there was barely any choices this year up front. It really killed 3-4-3. So yeah, we'll have to see prices. Like Ben is saying there, wing backs could make 4-4-2 viable. I don't know if that will ever be a long-term thing, but we'll see. Should we be selecting our formation based on where the value is and then stick with that formation? Don't ever choose something and think you have to stick with it. You've got 38 weeks. Don't think that you ever have to stick with something. I started 3-4-3, went to 3-5-2. I don't think I ever went back, but you could have gone back. But you should definitely look at where the value is, yeah. Like next year, Ali might not be value, King won't be value. You know, Sanchez, Hazard, they're all going to be expensive again. Jesus will come in pricey. You just need to look at what you can pick. I'm not going to go into it too much now, obviously, because we don't know the prices and stuff. It's a long way away, but we'll see. You've never gone 3-5-2 in your life. I went 3-5-2 back when Van der Vaart was at Spurs. There was a time when 3-5-2 was the power 5 midfield. It was like, I'm going to forget someone now. It was Van der Vaart, Bale. Bale was cheap. Van der Vaart was like 8.5. Who were the others? Someone help me out here. Van der Vaart, Bale. I think David Silva. Can't remember. Michu, of course. What a legend. Was it Mata? Was it Chelsea? Theo Walcott, I think. Yeah. Nah, not Lampard. That was too far ago. Michu, what a legend. Michu, the first Sigurdsson, basically. Oh, I can't believe Stanislas got a goal. I know that shouldn't annoy me. I wonder where I'd be with an extra 6 points. Or whatever it was. Where did Mark finish? Let's have a look. Oh, 115. Wonder how far he was off the top 100. To be fair, that's a pretty good record. I mean, the 192k is a blip, really. That lad has got some record. Any players catch the eye that could be value next year? I don't know. Sometimes it's not that they're going to be. It's not they're going to be like cheap, but like for example, Sané's price probably won't go up that much. So he'd be one I'd look at. I'm tempted by Pogba as well. His price also probably won't go up too much. He's hit the woodwork a lot, which another day, you know, they could go in. He creates chances. And then I'm tempted. Dwight Gale, the value pick. I mean, FPL will probably kind of realise that Dwight Gale is going to be a popular pick, and he'll probably be 6.5, maybe even 7. Probably not 7, but we'll see. Son, I mean, Son is not going to really be an option, is he, next year? Will they not go back to 3-5-2 and him not in the team? Stanislas auto sub. What a guy. Crabtree. Oh, Stanislas got 9 points. So I could have scored 107. Damn it. I'm gonna retweet that. This is the dead air that someone was talking about earlier. Oh, here we go. There, see, he's getting a cheaper ring. He's taking my advice. How much will is that how you pronounce that guy? Knockout. How much will he be? He's a midfielder, right? Right wing. Probably 6. Wonder what new players will be transferred into the Premier League for next season. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. I mean, Man United probably need a striker. Villain of the season. I mean, Baines was very annoying for me. Diego Costa is going to be my villain. I think you all know there was that game week when I wanted Vardy. I said Vardy and I went Costa. He did nothing for me. I get rid of him, he scores. Luckily, he didn't do anything. I genuinely thought he would do really well over the last 4 game weeks, and Kane has absolutely smashed it. And I got pretty lucky, to be honest. Yeah, Costa's a bit of a villain for me. I'm going to keep on. Hopefully, he goes to China. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on ignoring him to my detriment. But I mean, there's an interesting thing. Costa was so. What's the word? Consistent. For so long. I never had a goal off Costa this year, and I finished top 5k. It just shows that you don't necessarily need all the good players all the time. So, I mean, you could call it lucky. I don't know. I mean, I had Ibrahimovic. He did well. You got Baines in early and he got used to do. I got Baines in and he didn't play for 6 games. Pissed me off. Gabby is donkey the year. Yeah, Gabby doing not good. Any tips on bench fodder for next season? You added up your lost bench points and it came to like 400. 400 sounds high. Oh, can I bother to work this out? 44. No, I'm not going to work that out, but that looks like a lot less than 400. I mean, I always tend to play the game, certain parts of it in the same way. So I'll have bench fodder that I never want to play. In the opening game week, I'll have a very cheap 5th midfielder, very cheap 2 defenders, and I'll just put all my money in the first 11. Thoughts on Batshuayi? I think he looks okay. How much credit can you give him given the games he's played in? He won't be leading the line for Chelsea next year, so he's probably not an option unless he leaves. Apparently Monaco and West Ham and Newcastle are after him. We'll have to see. This is your first season following the FFS guys. You're going to miss the streams. Yeah, I'm in 2 minds. Like, I'm going to miss doing the streams. I did really enjoy doing them. I mean, I'll be honest, there's some days where I'll get home and my missus will remind me that I'm streaming that night. I'm like, oh, bollocks, yeah. Sometimes I just want to sit in front of the sofa on TV, but then you get on the stream and everyone's chatting and it's really great. But I'm going to enjoy a few weeks off, to be honest. I feel like I deserve it. But I will be back ready for next season. Straight from the off as well. Streams all season next year. Not just from January onwards. See you later, Big Ricey. Thanks for tuning in. You're a Let's Talk FPL legend. Oh, Matt found an old... Okay, I'm going to open this in a different window just in case you're trolling me here. Oh, didn't work. That link didn't work, Matt. What does my missus think of you and FPL? I don't know. To be, how do I word this? No, I think she's very supportive. To be honest, she knows I like streaming, so she, I don't want to say she lets me do it. I mean, she would never stop me from doing it, but I think she realises that I like doing it. We'll see how it goes next year. I do probably spend, I don't know, on a weekend I do check the scores, but in between I tend to do it in spare time, do you know what I mean? Wait till the boy goes to bed, etc. And then I'll do the scoutcast and stuff, or... See, I think she's cool with it, I would say. Another Premier League winner who didn't have European football. Will the trend continue? That's a good point. I don't think the trend will continue because If Man United win the Europa League, then Chelsea, Spurs, United, Liverpool, and Man City will all have Europe, and one of them will win the league because it won't be Arsenal. Let's be honest. Okay, let me try your link again, Matt. I'm sure you're not. No, it's not working. Okay, let me just click it. Okay, that's weird. See if I can open it on. Okay, so this is the thing that Matt just sent me. Oh, okay, was that the Power 5? I don't know if it... Was it? What about Van der Vaart, though? Yeah, if I click it was fine, but if I copied and pasted it, it wasn't, so that was a bit weird. Fozzie's missus asked for Candyland to be played in the car. Awesome. Yeah, to be honest, it's quite funny what the old ham says there. My wife hates it, but I just told her today about the money I've won for our holidays. I'm sure if the league that I was chatting about at the start that I won on the last day, the restaurant, I'm sure if we get a free meal, she won't be happy. She won't be too disappointed. Ian Hart, what a legend. Yeah, that looks about right, but Van der Vaart needs to be in the side. I don't think that's the season I was talking about. But we'll see. See you later, Luke. Cheers for tuning in. Set up a Let's Talk FPL Cash League. Maybe. Means he's got to hold all the money though. We'll see. You feel empty already now. The season's done. Won't be that long. Okay, yeah. Let's have a look at my Gargatron. A couple of people asking about that. You think Iozo Perez will be a good shout this year? I had him last time Lucas were in the league and he wasn't a good shout. Oh, what an idiot. Okay, it doesn't matter. I've been using the wrong... doesn't matter anyway. The wrong browser. I wonder why nothing came up then. If United win the Europa League against Ajax, will Everton get into the Europa League? No, I don't think so. When does the game relaunch? Good question. Do I know? Nope. Next year, in July sometime, I'd say. Points ahead of the top. This is how close it was. I was 1 point ahead of top 5,000. Amazing. I bet you can't wait to watch this stream back when you. It's not that bad, is it? I'm probably a bit louder and I'm probably talking a bit quicker and louder than normal, but I don't think I'm saying anything stupid, am I? Not yet, anyway. Actually, don't feel too bad. Actually. The problem is, after this beer. I thought I had a nice one left, and actually it's a stout which I accidentally bought months ago and left in the fridge. So after this one, this is all I have left to drink. Yeah, exactly. Shit. Those Mawson goals helped. Alfie Mawson. I'd almost put him as my favourite defender this year. I mean, Alonso has to be the man. But bringing Mawson in for a hit and then paying it back in one game was so good. Yeah, Ryan, I bought a drink called Galway Hooker. I don't know if you're from Ireland or even Galway, but it's a nice... I don't know if it's ale or lager. I don't know. But I bought it thinking it was the stuff I usually like, and it was actually stout, so game over. I love it when FPL launches early and the new prices are out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, I'll do a stream when the prices are out. We'll discuss all that. I want I want to hit the streams early this season, get in before the actual season starts. Obviously, a lot of it will just be tinkering, discussing who's worth it, and etc. Pre-season form, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I want to get in early, and yeah, we'll go on from there. Oh, I'm not judging on Miller. The only reason I actually have Miller is because someone came around my house like a couple of months ago now. I had a few people around. They left 2 Millers here, so they were just in the fridge. They're cold. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. People have been slacking recently when it comes to liking the stream. I feel like you can definitely do better. We're only on 35. We can hit 50 at least, surely. Here's an interesting question, right? So Matt's saying Kane, Jesus, and Gale will be the template, right? And fair enough. At first looks, it probably will be. What about Aguero? What about Aguero? He's done really well this season. Pep's played him and Jesus at the same time. Yes, Jesus is Pep's man. But if Aguero stays, surely he starts. And if he's a cheaper price than 13 million, is he then not a bit of a tempter? Surely he is. Jesus so much cheaper and great. Will he be cheaper next year though? Here's a thought for you. Let's say he's not sold, right? It's all hypothetical. Aguero's not sold and he's the same price as Jesus. Who'd you bring in? Let's see what people say. Did you dispose of that Heineken lighter? Okay, I gotta be honest, I drank it, it was free beer. It was shit though. Don't buy it. So Fozzie's saying Jesus. Billy Pigeon, great name, is saying Aguero. Illusions Aguero every day of the week. Matt, just hitting it like it is. Actually, no chance it's the same price. But let's just say he is. Let's say he is the same price. TM going with Jesus. Matt Higgins going with Griezmann at Man United, of course. Jesus is the preferred striker. You say that, but Aguero was up front today, and I think Jesus was more kind of to the right. Everyone, okay, the overall feeling is Jesus. And to be fair, me too. I think Jesus probably, but is that the same price? That's be a little bit tempted by Aguero, wouldn't you? We'll have to see. Sané is my man from City next year. I think he's going to kick on. Jesus, but Aguero's always there with a tap in, sad face. That makes a good striker, right? Right place, right time. Ah, Billy Pigeon, your top marks, good man. Been enjoying your articles, even if you don't get paid for them. So someone asked this question already. I think Ian asked it already. Kane is known to start slow. Would you get him in next season? I probably would, yeah. Do you go Rashford if there's no Ibra or Griezmann? So the thing is with Rashford is they can't price him too high because they can't. They won't price him too high. Although if they've not signed anyone by the time prices launch, maybe they will. But like 8.5, Rashford could be worth a look. I don't know. We'll have to see the rest of the players. Milner is a left back. Will he be good? Will he be a good pick? The thing is, I think Milner will be classed as a defender next year. Actually, no, yeah, I think Milner's going to be a good pick either way. Sorry, because maybe anyway, he's going to be classed as a defender. He has to be next year. But I think they're going to sign left back, so we might get him in midfield. Now, if he gets starts every week, he's a great pick, but that's not guaranteed because you've got Henderson to come back as well next year. So we'll see. Would Sanchez leave an Arsenal make FPL mid options more open? I don't know if they would, to be honest. When you take Sanchez out of most template teams for this year, you probably just put Bruyne in and still have the rest of them. So I don't know if leave it. I don't know. I want Sanchez to stay really. Mane will be a definite in your team. That's a good choice. Can Bruyne be trusted? I think so. We'll have to see who he buys first. I think Milner could get class as a defender and then just not play. That's the problem with him. Less penalties next year regarding the diving deterrent. That's possible, yeah. Never thought of that, actually. Bit of a shame. How did De Bruyne fly under the radar this season? He kept getting big scores and not... He kept getting big scores and then not really doing much. Penalties will still be awarded. Yeah, but I suppose the point is that the deterrent might put some people off diving. That's the hope. Thoughts on Lacazette joining Atletico Madrid? I don't really know much about Lacazette apart from he's really good in FIFA, to be honest. What is a probable price for De Bruyne next year? I mean, if you look at scores, De Bruyne was 5th with 199. What did he start on? 10.5. I think you might be lucky to get him down to 10. Otherwise, what was he this year? Oh, sorry, this one. Yeah, he started at 10.5. You might get him for 10, but I doubt you'll get him much cheaper than that. 9.5 if you're very lucky. Go on the FPL Twitter page and look at the 3rd latest post. Oh, we never looked at my Gargatron. One, two, three. Oh, we won just on transfers. Very nice. Do I think Ali and Eriksen will be the same price? They probably will be, but I would not be surprised if Eriksen is maybe 0.5 more. Kane starting slow, he's not playing an international tournament unlike the last 2 years. Did he play on the one before, did he? Favourite moment of the stream this season? Yeah, the Crouch transfer for sure. I thought about that when he scored today. So yeah, that was good. That was good. Will Rob Holding stay around 4 million? Nah, he'll probably... Do you know what I mean? If he's like the backup centre-back, and let's say the rest is 6, he'll probably be 5. But I think Moses will be classed as a defender next season. He has to be if Alonso is. Absolutely has to be. Eriksen more than Ali, but he scored fewer points. How much fewer was it? I think they'll be the same. There's only 7 points in it. I don't know. It depends how they do the prices, but Eriksen on all set pieces and stuff... We'll see. Oh, Kane played in the juniors the year before, of course. Remember Spurs at Wembley? I don't know if that's going to affect them too much. They're just playing in the league at the end of the day. Ake back to Bournemouth. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think Ake's probably good enough to be back up at Chelsea. I'd love Kane to feel at home in England games, but we need to build our team around that man. Him and Ali have to be number 10 and number 9 for England. Like, why would Gareth Southgate not build it around those two when they've done so well for Spurs? Like, let's not get on to England because we could be here for hours, but England have to start having a system for the players we have, not fitting the players into a system. And like, it has to start with Ali and Kane. If that means other good forwards have to miss out, so be it. They are the two best. Like, Ali is so far ahead of Barkley. It's unreal. Like, we have Rose, we have Walker. Why are we not playing 3-5-2 for England with Kane and with Ali? Yeah, Hodgson did go on record and say that our system. Hodgson was a fucking idiot. We have decent enough centre backs to play 3-4-2, I think, as well. Maybe not the best in the world, but they could do it. Oh, I don't want to talk about England. They just wind me up. Any preferences on who wins the playoff final? No, to be honest. Don't really check out Championship that much. Need to ditch Rooney. Yeah, Rooney's... It's sad to say, but Rooney's done now for England and Man United. He shouldn't be near either team. It's a shame, but that's football, I suppose. No English forwards rival Kane and Ali. Exactly. The team should be built around them. Like Sturridge, you can't stay injury free. You're not getting near Kane. Vardy, not good enough, I don't think. Like, to be honest as well, like, I know people will ask me to start next season. Until the players are listed, I won't have a clue about the players coming up either. Holebas, another yellow card magnet's a no-go for next season. I don't know about no-go. I mean, Holebas got me some good points, to be honest. They're just awful. Cheers, Tyler. Name... Am I slurring? Oh, God. Let's stop the beer. Don't think I'm that bad, am I? Oh yeah, sorry Super Tiger, I've seen that question a few times now. Any new FPL don'ts you learn from this season? I don't know if I did, to be honest. I mean, at the start, I said on the Scoutcast at the start of this season, I said I was going to be more boring. And I hate the word boring, because boring basically means that you're buying the good picks, but that other people will moan because everybody's got them. So I don't know if there is any don'ts. I think I'll try and be flexible. I'll take hits where I want to do. I'm not going to stop taking hits. I finished top 5k with 96 points hits. Next year I can take 96 points hits and finish outside the 100k. It's just the way it goes. So I don't know if there's anything I thought I definitely won't do that next season. I didn't take too many like really bad punts. What I figured out the season before was, or maybe a couple of seasons ago, is you tend to find that a lot of backup players, they're not actually worth it. Like if it's especially if it's a backup striker or something, they tend not to do as well as you think they will. But when it comes to Spurs, for example, Davies and Trippier have been amazing backups. Son's been an amazing backup. Batshuayi's looked okay in the last few weeks. But as any don'ts, not that I can think of right now, to be honest. The one thing I did differently for points hits this year was looked long term. And that's something I'll look to do next year. If a player I'm getting in and I want him for the next 4 or 5 weeks, it's a hit, then so be it. Form over fixtures. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Don't get Morales. Yeah, fair enough. Holebas was decent for me as well. I had Holebas for his 15-pointer. When was it though? Quite early on, right? I did alright for defender goals this year. This is my game week 1 team. Capoe on the bench, of course. Aguero in from the off. What a legend. Stones didn't do anything for anybody. Anyway, I'm sure I had Lovren goal. I had a Holobas goal, Alonso goal. Mawson, my favourite defender goal. I think I had Holobas. Where is he? There you go. There's his 15-pointer with Lovren. Game week 8. Did Lovren score? No, just clean sheet. So you say steer clear of West Brom, but I mean Chris Brunt did so good for me for so long. Well, for like 4 or 5, 6 weeks. Ah fuck! Hang on a second. Yeah, I messed up the. Okay, hang on a sec. Okay, this might just mess up a minute. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, it's all going Pete Tong. My face is gone. My face will be back in 5, 4, 3, 2. Right. We're good. Can you see it now? Yeah, cheers for those pointing that out. Okay, let me go back. Where is it? There you go. 15 points from Holobas. I had him. No, I captured the. I couldn't work out earlier why my team wasn't showing, so I just captured the screen again, and then I realised about 20 minutes ago it's because I used the wrong browser. Do I think Iheanacho will be a good option at West Ham? I'd probably have to wait and see on that because yes, he's been good, but he's been playing for Man City. West Ham are nowhere near as good. They do like to buy strikers. Okay, I've had a question on Snapchat, which I'll answer in case the guy's watching. How do you rate this year to others, and who do you reckon will be a transfer in the Prem that everybody wants? So, I mean, the second part of transfer, I don't know right now. I mean, if Griezmann comes to Man United, maybe he'll be wanted, but I really don't see that happening. I don't know. I'd say watch out for Man United transfers. We'll see. We'll see what happens. How do I rate this year to others? Very similar, to be honest. I mean, every season's different. I don't think this was harder or easier. I think some people just played it better, and that happens every year. Like I got top 5k. Will that happen next year? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe I just got lucky this year. So I always find that funny about rank. Like you'll see FPL accounts have like I've had like 4 top 2% finishes or 1% finishes. So does that mean when they have a bad finish we shouldn't listen to them or what? Like just because I finished 5k, does my opinion now matter more than it did when I was ranked 400k? Of course not. Everyone can have an opinion and make good thoughts. Or have good thoughts, I don't know. So, what do I think of this season? It was good. It finished well for me. But other than that, next season's a whole different ball game, and let's see how it goes. Oh god, now oh fuck's sake, look. Alright, I'm gonna shout out to hang on, anything on there? It'll make his day. This is Gabbiadini's fanboy. He'll love it. Didn't you say you learned to use bench boost earlier? So I didn't say I learned to use it. I would say I would consider it earlier. But in the end, my bench boost after the wild card was my highest bench of the season. So we'll see. Thoughts on Wenger not going on a lap of honour with everyone? I don't know. Does he usually? I don't know. I don't think there's much to read into that. This is beer number 6. Yeah, something like that. Goal next year, Andy. My goal will be the same as it is every year, and that's to win the mini leagues with the most prizes. Obviously, I want to top my best season ever, which is this year. But we'll see. Top 10k seems impossible. It's not impossible, but do you know what I mean? That's just a very small percentage compared to the amount of people playing, so it is tough. Thoughts on Terry organising his own farewell? Yeah, we chatted about that earlier. It's a bit ridiculous. I thought that actually there was in the game before where Terry played, there was a question about how the season had gone, and he started off by saying, "Yeah, it's fantastic for me because he was going to get to lift the trophy." I don't know. I just thought there was no is it humility the word? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I just thought most other players would congratulate the players that had played all season and not said, "Yeah, this is fantastic for me." It was like his first thing he said. It was like, "It's fantastic for me." Oh yeah, and it's fantastic for Gary. He's talking about Cahill for captain them. I just thought most other players would probably have congratulated the team first, and then said, "Look, it's great that I get to lift it, but I've basically done nothing this season." Maybe behind the scenes he has, I don't know. Imagine if some big money leagues were won with a Cahill clean sheet. They probably were, to be honest. It happens. How many subs are we on? 1195. We're not going to hit 1200 tonight, I don't think. We'll see. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already, though. We're on 56 now. Let's try and get it to 75. Am I going to watch the Confederations Cup? Almost certainly not. Nope. Oh, I'll tell you what. This Miller is not good. I think I've told you about what I like to drink before. I've kind of gone full circle from cider to lager. Now I've started drinking like IPAs. I've gone off like lager like this. Highest game week rank of the season was last week, but so 4850. My favourite one was this one, 10k in Gameweek 28 when the blanks were on, taking a 6-point hit and getting 10k. Do I think Mane will feature in my team next year? Almost certainly, yeah. What are Swansea's chances next year? I still don't know what to make of Llorente. They could be bargains. I mean, Sigurdsson's price won't go up too much, so he could be good. Tempted by Defoe if he goes to Bournemouth. We'll see. I don't know. I never know about Bournemouth. Defoe's getting on a bit. I mean, fair play. He did score well this year, but got to remember a lot of those goals were penalties. Will he have penalties at Bournemouth? Quite possibly. How about a stream where you put together an all-time fantasy team? Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how long that really takes. I don't think a stream is needed for that. Top 5 favourite FPL moments. Oh god. Hang on, let me put Candyland on for this. What has been my favourite game week in a cool way, not the most points? I don't know, it's hard to, without thinking about this, like, off the top of my head, without going back for all these game weeks, it's tough to say, but I do like the blank game week. Because I just took such a big hit and did so well. My 5 worst moments. Bringing in Baines in like game week 6 or something. Him then getting an injury all out of the blue before the game. And I then didn't play him for 6 weeks. And to be honest, for most of those, it was a case of Coleman saying he should be fine and then he wasn't fine. So I just ended up not playing him for 6 weeks. Bringing in Costa instead of Vardy at the time was really annoying because it's not that Vardy did well over the next few weeks, it's that he did well straight away. I don't know everyone says this, but I was generally so close to going Vardy. But in the end, I wonder how many points I've done like well off of that, because getting in Costa and him doing badly made it a lot easier to get rid of him. So I wonder if I actually come up with positive points off of that. See you later, Rooftop. I've helped you get to 213 and 156k. We can definitely get you higher than that next year. Keep following on Twitter. I'll definitely let you know when we're streaming. Yeah, enjoy your summer too. I think another good moment. I can't think of any bad ones. I'm sure there was loads, but Chris Brunt, like for 6 weeks or 6 or 7 weeks at home, just getting points every week was so good. So I enjoyed that too. Do you know what? That Macaulay moment is probably my favourite from FPL this year, because I had Chris Brunt, but how wound up, or sorry, how much it wound up some FPL people on Twitter was just brilliant. Like they were so over the top. And him and Evans have both come out to say it was his goal. The replays from Opta showed it was his goal, and like people still dispute it. I think it's brilliant, and I have to say to the official FPL account, I think there's some stuff I don't like how they've done. I don't like those black and white pictures they use. I just think they're really weird. But I love the kind of humour they've made out of this whole Macaulay thing. Like the last show when they had the text messages about Macaulay, I just thought was really good. I thought it's good to take the mick out of people, because FPL is just a game, right? And yes, we all take it seriously, and that's fine. It's good. It's like, you know, it's a hobby for most of us, but to take it that seriously that you get annoyed about a goal that was a goal for someone else, like, just chill out. Do you know what I mean? That's Fahim. That is a great moment. Yes, the thing that made that Sanchez, the Sanchez injury, like, and we're talking like in game week 36, was it the double for him? Was my mate told me he was going off, so I tweeted saying, "Oh, Sanchez is going off, bit annoying." And literally the next tweet on my timeline after mine was Sanchez has scored, and I was like, "Hang on a second, how can he have scored when he's gone off?" I didn't realise he hadn't actually gone off. I was in 37. Sorry, was it the first? Yeah, it must have been the first game in 37. Yeah, that was so good. I love Sanchez. Okay, let's not get into this, but Tom, the bonus points are not suspicious. They're completely black and white. You know exactly what a player is going to get them for before the game starts. We're not going to go into this though. We're not going to go into this because it winds me up. You only had Sanchez for 1 week this year, game week 38. Not the worst game week to earn him, to be fair, but probably should have had him a bit earlier. You always find captain hardest part of the game, apart from the last 3 game weeks. Yeah, I just got kind of boring with captain this year. It's the best way, to be honest. Even if they blank, they're most likely to eventually win out. You hate the BAP theory and Mark stuff too. Yeah, I think what annoys me more about that is like people are always going to be idiots about that stuff, but it's the big FPL accounts that are also being idiots. Without naming names, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. They just make it worse, to be honest. Just copying me for captain. Honestly, I wouldn't copy me. Next year, it could just be twice as bad. I could easily finish outside the top 100k next year. I tell you what, that's actually one of like... There's a bit of pressure when you do streams and like Scoutcast and stuff, because you feel like a bit of a fraud when you're on the Scoutcast and Mark's so far ahead of you and you're trying to give advice and you're like 400k and he's top 10 or whatever. Top 10k. Do you think official FPL tipping off more info will affect us next season? I don't think it'll be much different. I think they'll carry on doing what they've been doing. Doesn't really matter. People who get that info off Twitter are probably getting that info elsewhere anyway, to be honest. What makes me laugh is there's people on like Fantasy Football Scout that moan about spoon feeding when they're on like the FPL site. You know, not official, but the FPL site. Yeah, I do agree they probably shouldn't put provisional bonus points on the Twitter feed. It makes no sense to do that. They don't win in any way by doing that. If they're right, then it doesn't matter if they just do it a bit later, and if they're wrong, then they get grief. So they should just wait. I agree. BAPs are bonus points. My captain choices were spot on. They were okay, yeah. I just went for the obvious choice most of the time. Are Leicester, Vardy and Mahrez going to make a comeback next year? I would doubt it. I don't think they're going to be hugely better than this year. How much of a role do you think luck plays? I think you always need a bit of luck, but I think anyone that says that people who consistently finish high are lucky are wrong. I think because you'll get people that will say all you have to do is pick the popular picks. Well, if it's that easy, why do you not do it? You know, Villa, for example, I think he's finished outside the top 20k this year. That's still much better ranked than most people get. And I'm sure he'll be back next year doing well. So I don't think luck plays a huge part, but yeah, you need a bit of luck. I've said last stream that you know, I probably got a bit lucky with King. I was deciding between him and Antonio. In the end, the decision was made for me because the week before I got Sané instead of Sterling. Or sorry, Sterling instead of Sané, I think it was. So he was 0.2 million more, and I couldn't afford Antonio, so I just went King, and he obviously did really well. I might have got King anyway, but some people might class that as lucky. So be it. You get lucky in game weeks, but not in seasons. I like that. That's a good way of putting it. Scrap captain nomination, but at the end of the game, apply captain points to the best player of your chosen 11. Would this be a good change? No, definitely not. I'd hate that change. You might as well just scrap captain nominations rather than do that. I mean, I do get that captain can like suddenly throw a game week out of whack if your opponent's captain something that you haven't, but it can also mean a good way of closing the gap. Danny Rose straight in for you for game week 1. I would definitely look at Rose, to be honest. Lower price. I don't think it'd be a lower price, but I don't think it'll go up. So yeah, he could be a good option from game week 1. He'll probably be like 6 million, I suppose. Should chits be scrapped? I said on the last stream, I'm not. I don't necessarily think they should be scrapped. I'm not that bothered if they stay, to be honest. Cheers, Sergio. You captained Sanchez so many times. I also did. I think Sanchez and Aguero are my top captains. Let's have a quick look at the Gargatron. Number of different captains, 10. I'm sure that's probably been lower in previous seasons. I captained Sanchez and Aguero 8 times. And that's my most captain player. Now, to be fair, that's 16 times. So there's still 22 game weeks left. So I don't know why I'm trying to work it out. It tells me there it's 10 different captains. But I think that's quite high. Quite high for a normal season. Total captain score 633. If I swapped all my captains and vice captain, I would have lost points. So that's quite good. 27% for captain is my overall score. I don't know how that ranks. 96 points spent on transfers. Love that. That's just Gargatron.com. Just Google Garg, Gargatron. What's Crabtree's Gargatron like? We can have a look. We can compare it to mine. See where he did really well. Wow! What the fuck? That can't be right. 54% of his captain score, of his score was captain. That cannot be right, surely. That is crazy. Most captain player was Aguero 19 times. Fucking hell. 633. He's more than doubled my total captain score. Wow. So there you go. Who was it earlier? Matt saying that I nailed my captains. Clearly not. That's wrong, surely. 1386. That's like half his score. 54%. Nah, that can't be right. I'm not having that. So look, captain. Yeah, okay. He's gonna captain Aguero a lot. We get that. Do you know what, there's something I quite like about the fact he captained Aguero a lot. Sanchez. Back to Aguero for 1 point. Oh, it's highest player percentage. So he hasn't literally got 1,300 points from his captain then. That wouldn't be right, would it? He only spent 32 points on transfers. Tim's going to explain to us in chat exactly what that means. Right, anyway, lads, it's 11:30 here. I was only going to stream for an hour. I've now been streaming for an hour and a half. So, let's. Any final questions you have for me before we end the last stream of this season? Like I say, we'll be back next year. But this will be it now, I think. Polls. There is no polls this week. Or this stream, I should say. Cheers, Thunderbolt. Enjoy your summer too. I'm looking forward to mine, that's for sure. Not going just yet, by the way, but just kind of letting you know we'll soon be off. So if you've got any... $100, $1,500, $1,800, so all good. Much more than when we started. So that's all this important. We're growing this thing. You think the Luke combo worked well? Well, Luke will be back on next year, so we'll see. No worries. I enjoy doing the streams, to be honest. I kind of like. I think Ricky Gervais always says, when he talks about writing, he always says you should write what you know, and I don't do that obviously, but I like streams, so I just stream because I like watching streams. I just like chatting with the chat rather than having pre-submitted questions, so it's all good. What's this new FPL magazine? They did one this year. It's not my thing, but I kind of like that they're doing something for the FPL community. I just don't really know how a magazine can be good for a game that changes like every week, it feels like. But we'll see. Cheers, Jamie. Congratulations again. Did Andy say he likes washing machines? I don't think so. How's it going, Wonky? See you later, James. Cheers for tuning in. Hey, Jeff. You're a bit late, I'm going to be honest. Ever tempted to try a season chasing highest game week score rather than overall? Nah, not at all, to be honest. Like, it can be so random, like, it'd just be annoying. It wouldn't interest me at all. Max you'd pay for Alonso next year, 7.5 probably. Wait, what did you ask? Washing machines? Man, now I'm confused. I can't see the washing machines thing like I could before. See you later, Tom. Oh, I'm gonna sleep well tonight. I'm 6 beers down, for Christ's sake. I'm actually surprised I've gone this long without needing a break, to be honest. Right, everyone. I'm gonna call it a. Oh, I said watching streams. You sound like watching the streams. I've got it now. My bad, my bad. Yeah, I think. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. I need to find a better slot. What do you mean a better slot? What do you mean a better slot? Do you mean I need to stream at a better time? Is that what you're trying to say? What are you trying to say to me, El Daryl? Oh, match of the day. Yeah. To be honest, I just wanted to stream because one, I'd been drinking, and two, it was the last day of the season, and it'd been quite exciting, so I just wanted to get it out of the way. The great thing is it's recorded and people can watch it tomorrow, so don't have to be watching it right now, so we're all good. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't really want to turn off the stream. It's almost like, you know, look, you're watching this TV show tonight, you hang up, no, you hang up, no, you hang up. I feel like it's kind of like that right now. Because once I hit the off button, that's it. That's it for the streams. For the rest of the, well, for a few weeks. But yeah, going to have to be done. Thanks everybody for anyone that's tuned in, like I said at the start of the stream. Thanks for those that are still here at this point. You know, like I said at the start of the stream, I know a lot of people have, you know, tuned in, either tuned into every stream or they've watched every stream, they've hit that like button every time, followed me on Twitter, tweeted me, told me I'm shit, told me I'm great, thanked me for my advice, thanked me for the bad advice. It's all good. We'll do exactly the same next year, apart from this year. This time we won't wait till January to do it. So yeah, I'm going to shoot off. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscription button if you haven't already. Retweet the stream. Tweet me afterwards to say how much you loved it. Enjoy your summers. And we'll be back to do all of this once again next year. Next year, top 1K. It's not happening, but that's the dream. I'll see you all later on. Have a good one.